Welcome to the Hire Me podcast. I'm Chris Lynn.
And I'm Heather Balsaric. We are excited to introduce you to an amazingly talented professional today. You're going to learn who they are, what they do, and what they value in under 10 minutes.
So come elevate your game as we elevate today's top talents. Today on the Hire Me podcast, I have with me TaShona Jones, a strategic HR professional. Let's jump in to learn more on how TaShona can be your next great new hire and professional connection. TaShona, tell us about yourself.
Hey, Chris, thanks for having me. Well, I am a HR professional, native Houstonian, and I actually am working or looking for employment in the HR realm. I have more than 20 years of experience in the HR realm, and I have actually did relocation. I've done employee relations. I've done numerous amounts of different things regarding HR as far as benefits, professionalism, everything across HR. I'm your go-to girl, so just utilize me and I can make your company great.
That's wonderful. So many people, so many companies absolutely need that right now. What
Right.
type of role are you looking for specifically?
The role specifically that I am looking for is a role where I can be a resource for the company, a resource for the employees, and a resource to help the company to grow and be better overall. I pride myself on doing things like that because I'm a helper, I'm a giver, and I just appreciate when people can come to me and I can actually assist and give them what they need.
That's wonderful. So, what do you love about your work?
People as a whole. Communication, I'm very big on communication, and then getting the information to people that's needed, that is correct the first time. So communication is really big, and then being able to just assist in any way that I can, and I'm willing because I'm a fast learner, so I'll put myself out there to assist wherever needed.
That's great to hear. So, what type of leadership and cultures help you thrive?
Leadership, the cultures are cultures of unity, meaning that everybody wants to succeed. And regarding leadership, the leaders that I pride myself on being great under are the ones that communicate. We actually have sit downs, figure out what the progress is, and then if there is room for improvement, I appreciate that information because I'm a continual learner and I want to make sure that I'm doing great, that I'm learning more. What can we do as far as a culture under a particular leader that will help me to advance to the next step?
That's great to hear. Curious, I'm actually going to go a little bit off script here, just to learn a little bit more about culture and the work you do around people. Where do you see the intersection between culture, work, and HR, and how HR can support organizations with their culture?
Well, over the years, we've learned and we know that HR pretty much is the heartbeat of any company. HR is the go to, HR is the lead. Everything for any company is surrounded by this. So when you have a solid, positive, giving, embracing and feeding culture in HR, the company is just destined for success. As far as the intersection between the employees and HR and all of that, there has to be a valid, or shall I say, a fair playing field with regards to no matter who comes to HR, they're welcome, they're embraced, they're not made to feel bad when they come to HR for whatever the reason. Because the world we live in today, there are so many different things going on. HR is the heartbeat of every company.
I love that. Absolutely love that. What problems can you solve for companies?
Just being a thoughtful communicator, being very analytical, being a problem solver. I will share one particular story of a situation that occurred at a previous company where I worked. I was the global communications manager. And we had like multiple accounts across the US, probably about 6. And it was mobile communications back in the day. I'm pretty sure you remember the Nextel device, or you may not remember the Nextel device, but that particular device was very, very big in our company. And it was across probably about 7 states that the company was over. So by me being in that role of the global communications manager, I decided, I'm like, we have so many different accounts, but they're all Sprint or either T-Mobile or whatever. Let's consolidate and make sure that we have adequate cost savings across the board. The long and the short, I took it upon myself and I audited every single account. I had a great relationship with our mobile, external partner, and I told her what my goal was. So I wanted to go ahead and consolidate the account to see where we could have company cost savings. At the end of the process, it took me probably about maybe a month, Chris, if not just a little bit shorter than that, because I had access to every single account. We were able to consolidate over 5 or 6 states, all of the Sprint, all of the T-Mobile, get a better rate, and then consolidate, because different states had different rules as far as payments and taxes. So we consolidated it on a massive account, on one account. And at the end of the day, over a 12-month period, once that audit and completion was done, I did it, I saved the company over $100,000.
That's
So
incredible.
the thank you in that, when our director came, I got a nice pay raise and a
That's
promotion.
fantastic. That's great. That's great to hear. And
Yeah,
it shows that you really can make an impact when you start thinking strategically and you're connecting
absolutely.
those dots. Yeah. So as we start wrapping up, I would love to know, and those who are watching would like to know, what matters most to you.
The thing that matters most to me is making a difference. And the things that within any corporation or a company, you can make a difference for the better when you have the right team around you. And when you have the right team around you, everybody thrives. When you have positive people, they're going to be excited about coming to work. They're going to be excited about doing their job. And then if the resources are there for all of the employees to help them to do their jobs adequately, efficiently, and effectively, those are the things that matter to me most when I go out and go to work and then come home and it's like, okay, yeah, today was a good day. That's what matters.
That's amazing and fantastic. Thank you again for sharing, TaShona. It's been great having you on the
Thank
Hire
you.
Me podcast. It was
Thank you.
great to learn. Yeah, absolutely. It was great to learn more about you, your skills, your experience, and how you'll bring value into your next role.
Right. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. As we wrap up, if you're watching or listening, be sure to connect with TaShona. Again, she is a strategic HR leader through the links in the description and the show notes. Make sure you are subscribing, following, and liking all of our content here on the Hire Me podcast so we can continue elevating more of today's top talents. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.